Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike with Fowler Family Farm. And this is my workbench. It's on sawhorses. It's flimsy, doesn't do that great of a job. When I move around on it, it moves and yeah, I don't want it anymore. So we're gonna build a simple, easy workbench. I think anyone can build it. Okay, this workbench will consist of 2x4s and 3/4 inch plywood. What we're gonna start with first is our legs. I'm gonna make an L out of 2 pieces of 2x4 for each leg. So that means I'm gonna need 8 pieces the same size, and they're each gonna be 30 and 5/8 of an inch long, and that's 2x4s. And I've set up a little stop over here on my miter saw, and I'll show you that too. So all my legs should be the same size. Okay, so this right here is my stop. So all my 2x4s are gonna butt up against this. That way all my cuts are gonna be the same size, the same length. So to put the legs together, I'm using these star bit. I doubt it's gonna focus. Anyway, it's a star bit screw. There's no need to drill on these, so very simple, quick and easy. Oh, by the way, I'm not gluing these either because I may want to take this apart. Okay, right here I got 4 legs. That's the L I was talking about. Watch on YouTube, that's how most people are building their workbenches, either with this form of leg or with the 4x4s, or 3x3s even. Now I need to make end stretchers. Turn this the right way. I go across the end, and on the top they're gonna go on the outside of these legs. But on the bottom, they're gonna go on the inside of these legs. So for the ends, I need 2, one at each end at 33 inches. And then I need 2, one at each end at 27 inches. And then for the side stretchers, I need 2 at the top for 66 inches. And then 2 on the inside at the bottom at 60 inches. So that's what I'm gonna cut now. Okay, I just cut my stretchers, my top and bottom stretchers, both sides and both ends. It's 266 cuts, well, 2x4s, 260s, two 60-inch ones, two 33-inch ones, and two 27-inch ones. Okay, so this is gonna be my top. That'll be the bottom down there. So this is my 33-inch piece. Okay, and then it's going to be flush. It needs to be flush with this board out here because there's the side stretcher is going to be there. Okay, I have both of my top stretchers done for my ends. That's the top stretcher up here. This is my bottom stretcher. I want to attach those two before I attach my sides. I'm just going to use a spacer to make sure that they're always at the same height up. I use a square also to make sure it's square and level with this piece of wood at least. I'll just move my spacer over here. This one's kind of got a gap, so I'm actually going to go in from this end. Alright, just need to do the next one, use the same spacer. Okay, so the reason I did it in this order is so I could set this right here with that same spacer I had. I left it up here. So I can set this right here with that same spacer. So that's how I can do it now without having to use clamps and all that. I can just set it up there and screw it in. Okay, now I'm going to put this stretcher on this side on. It's going from here to down there. I've already got this one on. It's already attached. But I'm using a clamp and another piece of wood to keep it at the right height on both ends. And that'll be an easy way to install it. Okay, I'm going to do one down at both ends first before I completely make it again. Okay, so now I'm putting the casters on. I've got these two down here already attached. And I already compensated for this piece of wood being on the bottom so I don't screw into the end grain of the 2x4s. I'd rather screw into a solid piece like this plywood. So I attach the plywood to the legs and then attach the caster to the plywood. I do countersink my holes on this because I just don't want them exposed, because I know eventually one of these days I want to stick my hand up under here and I don't want to catch it on something. So the screws there will be countersunk. To attach these wheels to the plywood, and this is 3/4 inch plywood, by the way. To attach the screws to the plywood, most people would use washer and screws. I don't know where my washers are. I'm still currently moving into this place, so I don't even know where my washers are. So I've opted to use Craig jig screws, which are just like panhead screws. So that'll work perfectly fine, I think. If it doesn't, I'll switch it out with washers and screws down the road. Okay, I've already pre-drilled holes for these. All right, time to see if this thing rolls. Not bad. Okay, now I'm adding some support stretchers, 2 of them right here, and then I'll add 2 on the bottom too. These 2 measured out to be 30, and the bottom 2 are going to be, I can't remember, I haven't cut them yet. I think it's 24. Yeah, they'll be 24. I do have some wood under here, clamped wood, which will also hold this in place for me. All right, so now I need to do this one and the 2 on the bottom, and we'll be done with that part. Okay, this is the base and everything but the bottom shelf and the top. But now I'm going to cut my bottom sheet. It's 3/4 inch plywood. It's going to be 27 inches wide by 63 inches long, and I'll cut that slightly short of that, like a 1/16, maybe an 1/8. That way it fits in there good. It doesn't have to be real flush to it. All right, let's get that done. One thing before I forget, I want to mention those casters. They say they're 3 inches and then 3 3/8 inch measurement, but that's not what I measured. I measured 3 7/8. So I think they have them mislabeled. That says the wheel diameter is 3. I don't know. I didn't get that either. But the actual height of that wheel is 3 7/8. That's why I got all my measurements. I took all my measurements after measuring the wheel. So I would end up with a 36 inch high. Actually, it's going to be slightly less than 36 inches because I want it to be an outfeed table and a workbench. And my table saw is 36 inches, so I want this to be slightly lower. So this should be right at 35 7/8, 35 15/16 inches tall. Another reason why I've gone with these measurements is I want to use up this piece of plywood for the bottom shelf. It's jacked up. We did some, I don't know why we use this plywood the way it is. We cut 2 feet off here, and then I don't know why we did that triangle. I don't even remember. But I want to use up this piece of plywood for the bottom, and then I've got plywood behind all that I'm going to use for the top. I've got a piece of foam under my plywood, so when I cut my plywood down here, I'll cut into the foam, but nothing else. Okay, that's 63 long, 27 wide. I should have locked those wheels. It's moving on me. Okay, now I'm going to go around and pre-drill and put probably 1.5 inch screws through the plywood into the base. A lot of people draw a line and make it really uniform. It's just a workbench to me. Fine furniture or nice furniture, I will take my time and do it really nice. But this is just a good, simple workbench that's going to last forever. No need to be fancy. Okay, I'm gonna go around and do the other two sides and the other end, and we'll be good. Okay, now I'm cutting the top, and this plywood's kind of bowed. That's why I'm using this one. I should be able to get it snug up against the top. My length here is gonna be 72. My width is gonna be 36. 3x6. Okay, so I've cut this to 3x6. I've got it sized up on the sides and the ends where I want it. Now I'm just going to go through here and make a mark where I want all my screws. I know earlier I said I didn't want to get fancy, but on this I got to make sure I hit exactly where the 2x4 is, because I have an 1.5 inch overhang. And the reason I have an 1.5 inch overhang is so I can use it as a clamping surface. If I butt it right up against the stud, it doesn't give me any chance to clamp to this workbench. So that's why I'm doing that. Now I'm going to pre-drill and put 1.5 inch screws in here. I'm also going to countersink each of these as well. So now I'm going to go around and do all these, and I'll show you the end product. All right, guys, this is the finished product. I like it already. I've already stacked some wood on the bottom. I don't know why they put these dang stickers on here. All I have to do is I'm going to round over these edges, and then I'm going to sand the top just so it looks a little nicer. Rolls around easy. I have maybe 3 hours in this from start to finish. Maybe 3.5. I did stop to clean a few times and sweep and stuff like that. But it's not a bad little table. I will add some tool attachments to it. I might even add kind of like a makeshift drawer down on one end as well. Pretty easy to do, and I plan on doing probably 3 more of these because that's what I'm actually going to use for my miter saw tables. Okay guys, let me know what you think about this workbench. It's easy, quick, not much time at all in this. Like I was saying earlier, maybe 3.5 hours. Very simple. Beginners can do this. You can add a lot to this too to make it harder, you know, a more difficult design. And I do plan on adding a little bit to this. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you're new to my channel, go down and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the like button for me, guys. If you don't like it, hit that like button twice. And we'll see you guys on the next build. Thanks.